Have to get back to the kids.
All right. Welcome to Planet Love Match and Star Cam. We're eating, we're chilling, we're hanging out with the stars. We have Keith Robinson in the house.
What's happening?
What's happening? Say hello to Keith Robinson. Big round of applause. Whoop, whoop. We also have...
What up?
What up, what up? We also have Marin in the house, beauty expert. Woo! And we also have Ashley Hume, who's one of my great friends, and is on the red carpet all the time interviewing the celebrities as well. Mm-hmm. So I thought this would be a great time to talk about men. I have a segment called The Men's Room. And since we have Keith here, I think he's a man, right? We should, let's jump into a man's mind.
Indeed.
Let's do it, ladies. I know it's a hard travel inside a man's mind, but let's try to get in it. It's a rough road inside there. Who knows what we'll find? What would we find if we went inside your mind? What are you always thinking about? What are the 5 things you think about every day?
Sex.
He licks his lips.
He's licking his lips. So I'm thinking you're right.
Right. Probably work, and sex and
food.
Sex.
Okay, what does it mean when you lick your lips?
And sports.
Like us. Does that is that like a let's bring a body language expert in here.
Yeah.
And what would it mean?
Does
that mean like
you're girl?
Does that mean that you're like interested, or do you like what we're talking about, or like?
Yeah, I guess it can. I mean, I guess it kind of refers to the sense of taste. It's what you're saying is almost edible. You see,
Ooh.
if you will.
Interesting.
And I've been eating chips, so it's salty.
So
take
the
your
deeper meaning comes out.
So take your pick.
What do you think, Ash? You're really interested.
I always feel like we women tend to read too much into the little things men do.
Right.
So if based on past experience, I'm gonna go with salt on his lips from the chips versus he's thinking something really deep. Like even in my past interactions with men, I found this.
Okay.
I usually think they're pondering our relationship, where we're going, the deeper meaning of life.
Yeah.
And it usually turns out they're having a stomach ache or something like that. So.
We're simply complicated, if that makes sense. Sometimes you can't overthink it.
Yeah.
And then at some of the most random times, we are deep in thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Other times we don't think you are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a thinker, so I'm always like not all the way in the room. I'm always outside the room, mentally. I'm always like.
No, he was outside the room on the phone. He was like,
yeah, there's always something else going on. I mean,
I
don't know if that's a good thing, but I'm a thinker, so I'm always thinking about
That's
2 or 3
good, though.
things at the same time.
do you analyze too much? Like, do you go on a date and do you sit there and think about the date? Or you just
I can. It depends. I've been guilty of that. I'm a work in progress on that.
Okay, what's your sign?
Capricorn.
Okay, I don't know anything about you, but
We're very.
do you guys know anything about Capricorns?
Capricorn.
Yeah.
I think my sign's supposed to get along with them.
Best.
What are their defining traits?
We're very we're hard workers. We're introverts. We don't let anybody in, but when you do get in, you don't get out. It's like the mob.
I'm sure you get it in, Keith. I'm sure you get it in.
We get it in.
With the music that you sing, you get it in.
Yeah, I guess so. We're
Dude.
we're very career oriented. We're leaders.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Leaders, hard workers.
Hard workers. We can be observant and standoffish until we know you.
Or maybe it just seems like that.
It seems like we appear to be standoffish, but really we're just observing.
Or they're just or he's just checking you out.
Or checking you out.
Basically.
Yeah, checking you out.
Observing.
You know where I learned a lot of how guys think is watching ESPN, because that's about like if you do you watch it? Do you see your point?
Not every Sunday.
Yeah, well, basically, it's just like they talk about the same stuff sort of over and over again at a very sort of like, not a very deep level. And they play it over and over again. It's like every hour at Sports Center, and they just play it over again. That's about, the level of depth, I think, that most guys are thinking. When we think that they're like thinking about our relationship, they're really just like thinking about, the score and, whether or not Kobe played well and...
But I think you're right. It's like they're just thinking about the score. Like
they're
just thinking about sex.
That's about it.
Sometimes.
Sex and scoring.
Sometimes we are, though.
That's what my ex told me. He's like, Ashley, there's no subtext.
Right.
He's like, you're trying to think that there's all this stuff going on. And there's everything,
Yeah.
He's like, with me, he's like, what you're seeing is
Was this the ex-boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a tool bag.
Tool tool bag.
I don't like her ex-boyfriend. I've seen him a bunch of times. She's so
Actually, this is a different ex-boyfriend, but yeah, I agree.
Are you okay? She's joking.
That was just too funny. The way you just said it, I'm like, well, yeah, hopefully he's not listening in, but... don't we always think our ex-boyfriends are tool bags, though? It's hard to, think of one. You're like, that was a great guy. It was wonderful. Why don't I have that one? It's usually like, guy's a total tool bag.
I like looking them up on Facebook and seeing that they've all, gone bald.
Wow.
Isn't it the best revenge, right?
Dude,
It's
and
I
the one-
knew I saw a thinning hairline. I'm like, no. Thank God I jumped out of that.
And the ones that aren't on there are kind of mad about it. I'm like, can you just go on there, show your bald head, let me
we
know
can
that you're
mock
not
you?
successful at all.
And you make a good point, though. Speaking of bald heads, I wanted to talk about the topic of manscaping. It's a great
Okay.
topic.
You,
Oh, yeah.
you love that topic.
I love that
What's
topic.
manscaping?
Because I want to get his topic.
Oh, this is great.
Exactly. What is manscaping?
I don't know. What is it? Is it a man waxing or something?
Like trimming yourself,
It's not hiring a whole crew.
It's a metro act. It's a metrosexual act.
Would you say it's
Oh.
metrosexual or most guys do somewhat? Or
No,
no?
it's like shaving. Do you shave?
I don't have any hair on my body.
Okay. You're
I have
showing
hair in
off.
2 places.
Yes.
So you don't. You're trying to say you don't
What,
have
2 places?
You don't have balls?
Pubic hair in my hair in my head. That's all I got.
Okay.
See, I don't have any
That's
hair.
what we're
See? I don't
talking
grow hair.
about, Keith.
Yeah, I don't either.
But we
Keep
are
manscaping.
Yeah, manscaping.
What about it? You mean shaving it off?
What's too much? What's too little?
Do you support
Well, I
it?
can only speak for one, set of pubic hair. That's mine. I mean, I don't.
I hear
When
that
it's
if you-
coming out the bottom of your shorts, it's time to trim.
Right, right. But I hear it
That's a
can
really good
make,
yardstick.
the other stuff seem bigger. Like if you trim,
It's an illusion.
Or
Right.
smaller.
You're
Right.
right. It's like a hologram. It's like if you turn
If
it
you
one
trim
way.
it, it makes it seem bigger.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
if you trim the bush, maybe the yard looks bigger.
Yes, I've heard that too.
You turn it on a certain angle, it might look a little
Right. It's like Hollywood magic.
It's like the mirror. It's like objects in the mirror might
Right,
appear bigger than they are.
It's like, in fact, men should really take advantage of this. You know that all the commercials about how to make your penis bigger? Like, they just really need the illusion.
yeah.
It's not about the size, it's about the girth.
No, it's about the illusion.
The illusion of
About
bigness.
the right sculpture of scaping and the right
Exactly.
man's
I think we're really
Yeah.
coming to
And
something.
in Anne's case, it's about the haircut because she's a beauty expert. So she's like,
Haircut.
I can give you.
Well, you don't have body hair, but another thing is body hair. It's like I had an ex-boyfriend who had to wax his back. That's
gross.
just
And you stayed with him?
ah.
And you stayed with him?
no, she
Gross.
waxed him.
No, I didn't.
That's gross.
No.
It's gross.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. It's just but you see, you are lucky enough not to have that. What if you had that problem? At least he was doing something active to take care of it. I mean, I'm sure back waxing hurts.
Is he on the Shaw's of Sunset?
No! Surprisingly, not.
Do they have a lot of body hair on that show?
Were you dating Reza? Yeah, he's always in the waxing thing.
Get out.
Reza, the gay guy.
So they get themselves waxed on that show a lot? That's like a whole
Well,
segment?
he has a full blown. What's that guy? I don't want to make fun of him. He has that full porn star mustache. It's like, when did that become cool?
You mean sort of 80s
Yeah.
baseball pitchers mustache?
Keith is pondering.
He's like,
Keith's out of the box right now.
I mean, the waxing thing, that's like black dudes, we don't really have to do that. So it's kind of
does it show up blonde? I'm curious.
Huh?
Because you're black, does it show up blonde? Does it show up later?
What does?
The hair.
You're going to have to sleep with them to find out.
What the hell?
Dude, you just walked into that. I
That's
don't know what to
exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
like,
Again,
you're so curious.
the level is only going that deep.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, next topic. Gingers. What do you guys think of gingers?
What?
Gingers.
What are
Redheads? Ashley, I can picture you with the ginger. I genuinely can see you with the ginger.
I think it's really hard to find where are they? Where are the ginger men in this world? I think I could get along with a redhead.
I love redheads.
I've always wanted to go with a redhead.
You'd be perfect.
I can only think of one, Damian Lewis from Homeland. I saw him in person.
Okay.
The guy's hot. He's a redhead.
The first one that comes to mind is the guy from Harry Potter. The red guy. The
Oh,
redhead
yeah.
guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
real ginger. He's albino ginger.
Yeah,
right?
that's a thing. Is I like it when they have the offset of getting kind of tan or the darker eyebrows when they're the full on ginger.
You like the
that
Jersey Shore gingers.
Jersey Shore. I like the faux gingers. I want the ones that are dyeing their hair, but it's really another color. The real gingers, the milky white skin, the freckles.
Oh my god. I have a friend who only likes gingers.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
don't you like
That-
anything else? No.
that narrows the pool down like
I know.
significantly. Like
You're telling
that's
me.
great. Just get rid of everyone else. Gingers.
Well, I think Prince Harry, you know, actually, like, he actually turned into the really good-looking one, and he's
He
full on
definitely did.
ginger. I think he,
Very classy.
yeah, I think he's
Classy.
he's a good representation of the ginger look.
Yeah.
I don't know about classy. I love that guy's attitude though, and everyone in England seems to love his attitude too. Like I ran into a British couple right after his whole scandal in Vegas and naked pictures, and they're like, "We love that about him. He doesn't care. He's like living his life. He doesn't even. He's partying. He doesn't care. You know, like." You know, it's
Right.
nice. It's refreshing.
He's
you know?
like, yeah, I'm a prince.
He's like,
this is my penis.
Yeah, like I'm 26 years old. I'm with a whole bunch of hot naked chicks in Vegas. So what? We're all naked. You know, like
Plus, he's got a hot bod.
he does.
What if, like, you know, I bet he would have been a lot more upset if, you know, the pictures were not
Not
attractive.
flattering,
Yeah.
right?
right.
I think that would be like my second thought. You know, if I was looking at naked pictures online, I was like, ugh. First it would be like, oh, they're online. You know, the second would be like, do I look good? You know?
Do you have any naked pictures, Keith? On the internet?
Not that I know of.
Okay. That's the way to get famous nowadays.
Any scandals waiting to erupt? No.
Because she's ready to break the
not
story.
not that
We're
I
ready
know
to
of.
break it right now.
There may be a couple of pictures of me with my shirt off or something like that. But
Oh. Mm.
How has Lindsay Lohan not, like, had a sex tape?
Well, if she had one, she'd probably be doing better. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that her publicist is probably setting that up right now. She's like, listen, Dick's gonna work out.
Right.
Let's hire a Dick. Let's
I mean,
hire a
she's
Dick.
not-
Let's get
she's
her
not
a porn
really
star.
doing that bad. I mean, publicity wise. I mean,
No,
she's
no,
not
I
lacking in
know.
publicity. It's
Well,
like
but, you know, the
the
thing
worse
is,
you are, the more publicity you get.
that's
these
true.
days.
But she's a great, well, I don't know if she can still act, but she was a great actress, and I'd actually like to see her act again. And now it's just, I just see her on the red carpet. I just see her, like,
Well, she's-
in jail.
How was that Liz movie she did?
Apparently it was terrible though. Terrible
I
reviews
never saw it.
I haven't
but
seen
for
it.
her
I saw it.
acting. Which
What do you
I-
think?
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Probably hard to stay focused when you're faded half of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she wasn't bad, but she was terribly miscast. Terribly.
Well,
Yeah.
She wasn't the right one.
No, and yeah, and it was funny actually because it sort of was a movie that started out like you know, you're sort of buying into it, and then as it went on, it just got worse and worse, and by the end, she was wearing like the fake '80s Liz
oh yeah, that
like,
big bushy
wig,
like, thing.
but it was Lindsay Lohan face, but like the big bushy '80s Liz
So it
Taylor
looked like she
hair.
robbed Liz's trailer. Like, you weren't supposed to be on the set.
She stole her wig.
That's not good.
Right.
That's not good.
It looks like Lindsay Lohan crashed the set. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I heard the accent kept like slipping too. They said she had a better accent when she was like playing the twins. You know,
Yeah,
when
she
was
did
younger.
Parent Trap.
We Parent Trap the British twins.
It's funny because she can do accents, and she didn't bother to do one at all. So she was just not even, you know, she was
Yeah.
like, look, I'll memorize the lines and I'll say them and I'll like
And I'll
hit my
show
marks
up.
and stuff and I'll wear the outfits and like the contact lenses, but I'm not doing an
Yeah,
accent.
she said there was a quote. She's like, Liz used to show up drunk to set. I don't show up drunk to set. It's like, no, you show high on coke to set. Like,
Yeah.
that's the one difference.
So much better. Yeah.
There's a picture of Keith Robinson right
oh,
now. That
my.
Oh, we found it. Shirtless picture.
Okay,
you
well,
were lying
all right,
about that one.
We're gonna go around the table and everyone's to describe this picture.
Shiny.
Very like you definitely like oiled up beforehand. Right?
It's
Okay,
Shiny.
wait, can we get closer? I need to get a closer
I can't
picture.
believe y'all.
Can we scroll in? All right, that looks like the Ronnie from Jersey Shore pose, like before he was on the show.
So give us the background of this photo.
No, I'm kidding.
We want to know now.
That's my sexy ebony man outside of the
How long did it take you to get
The
that
wire
tan?
fence.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, I'm
downtown
like,
LA. Like I don't. It's like,
It's
How long-
and he's wearing a cross too, so I'm
Yeah.
like I'm really conflicted about how I'm feeling. Right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you're being a bit of a tease there.
I know I don't know whether like to go to
you should
confession
scroll down
or
and see what's on the bottom.
scroll down, Ann. Scroll
Oh.
down.
I don't, you know what
Ashley, scroll down. By the way, we're checking out Keith's pictures. You guys can Google that one. Save it to your desktop.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
What's down?
Jeez.
Dude.
Ann, what are you thinking? First thing that comes to your mind is
She's thinking. I can see.
I'm thinking like that's great light. Honestly.
You like that lighting?
That's great.
Yeah,
lighting.
that see how good the jeans look in this picture? Yeah, but I mean, if I was a guy, I'd be buying those jeans.
You're
wouldn't
lucky
you?
you had those pair of jeans.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
I would
They
be
really
buying
made
those.
you look
You
good.
still fit in those jeans?
Yeah, still fit in those jeans. I
Wow.
had one earlier.
Gangsta. That is gangsta.
Is that-
and those underwear earlier?
Really?
Yeah.
So is that like your Christmas picture? You just throw a Christmas hat on there and
Yeah.
send that back home to mom.
Yeah. Well, that's just I just send that out to my random Facebook friends and see who responds.
How's the response on that?
A lot of Twitter followers.
It's been positive.
It's been positive.
You've been a great time, Keith. I have to say, you're a great guest.
I'm
have to
checking
welcome
my
you
inbox, hoping to get that. Like, where is it?
There it is.
There it
It's
is.
called Chocolatey Goodness.
Chocolatey
is
Goodness.
the title of it.
That's the postcard for Godiva chocolate in the mall. It's like, buy your free chocolate.
This
yeah,
is like
we only need that. Yeah.
this is chocolate.
Cheese candy. This is free sample. Free chocolate. It's
This
like,
is like chocolate honey. You know, your young honey. This
Young
is
honey,
this is
sorry.
chocolate honey.
Chocolate
Yeah.
honey.
Cocoa honey.
You into black men?
Apparently I am now.
Wow. What do you feel?
No, I'm an equal opportunity admirer.
All right.
oh my God, I am just laughing so hard. You guys have been fun. Keith, you've been a great guest.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
always
So
fun.
where can we find you next?
Yay.
Where are you going to be? You performing anywhere?
I just had a show in LA. I'm doing some dates on the road. Top of
Okay.
the year. I'll be in Atlanta for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Georgia. My birthday performing
Is that with an F?
here in
or-
LA.
Okay.
My birthday with an F.
Where
I'm performing
where's
in
that?
LA. Huh?
Where's your birthday performance?
Sayers Club.
Oh.
Sayers Club. I love
we gotta-
Sayers Club.
never been.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's,
It's
dope.
a good
spot,
It's
yeah.
real intimate, but the
Mhm.
scene is the vibe is dope. And that's
Nice.
my birthday's in January, so
Mm.
and I released the mixtape. The mixtape is called Utopia Chronicles, so it'll be out
Oh, that's a good name.
top of the year.
That's dope. I'll be playing it all through the week.
That's what's
For the
up.
holidays.
That's what's up. And Loving You
Awesome.
is out right now. The video is out, and the song is out. iTunes. So
Mhm.
check it out.
Check it out. And you're on Facebook, of course, right?
I'm on Facebook. Keith Robinson Sings. My Twitter is @KeithSings.
And he sings really good.
Thank you.
Really, really good.
If you tweet me, then I'll tweet you back.
Oh, you're good about that? I
I'm
love
good
when
about
people are
that.
good about
Oh,
that.
that's nice.
That's good.
I'm pretty good about that.
Yeah.
As long as it's it makes sense. Sometimes you get asked crazy stuff.
Like what have you been asked that's crazy?
I mean, when they try to ask like personal stuff, like what like
What are you wearing?
Like, what type of jeans are those?
let me see what I got asked today.
Yeah, what'd you get today? Let's go.
Sometimes
Just a random sampling.
Sometimes you respond, then they want to talk to you like every 10 minutes. Like,
Ah.
you're like, yo, come on, man.
Okay, Capricorn.
I got stuff to do. How about you?
I don't even know you. You're on Twitter.
All right, Keith's going through his phone and checking out his Twitter. Okay, read us one. Read us like two before we go.
Sup?
What's
You
up?
out? You out?
What's next for you? What are you working on? That's pretty common. What's the name of your album?
Hmm.
Okay,
Or
those
are you
boring.
single? Or you date? Or sometimes I've had a few people say, I had a dream about you,
Okay, that's creepy.
and then I'm supposed to say, really? Well, what was it? And then they respond and say,
Oh.
some freaky stuff.
Right. They say like you were wearing these jeans and no shirt,
Then I
and there
click
was like
on
a
the Abby,
fence.
and I'm like,
You were
"Please
oiled
let her
up,
be
baby
hot."
oil.
Remember in the dream you were wearing a cross and
Right? Nah, but it's all good though. It's all
You
good.
didn't have any hair.
Right.
yeah. See, he doesn't
Totally got
have to do any of the hair stuff because he looks all smooth
Right?
in this
Smooth
picture.
and
He is very
shiny.
smooth. He's
Brothers-
very suave. Let's
Brothers
go.
don't grow hair though. They don't really grow like
That's
that
true.
Like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Only the Shahs of Sunset.
I
have
actually
that.
didn't know that, so that's
Yeah.
good to know. They
You
don't.
should get into it. Get into that chocolate. 2013. Make
All
the switch.
right, all right.
Are you
New
hitting
on-
resolution.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's
come
going?
back.
Is he hitting on another one of my?
No, I'm just giving her advice, not me. You have to be me. There's more black men in the city.
So far, I
Yeah.
learned from him. Get into the chocolate. What was the other?
Get into the chocolate.
Get into the chocolate.
It's a nice. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's
It's
real nice.
smooth, you know.
It's smooth.
It's hairless.
And
so-
it's chocolatey. It's dark. It's dark.
What are we talking about? Frozen yogurt? I mean, what are we talking
We're
about?
talking about chocolate.
Talking about
I'm like-
chocolatey goodness.
I'm like, is this pinkberry? What's happening?
Chocolatey Goodness would actually be a really good rap name.
That's
Why hasn't anyone come up with that yet?
Chocolatey
my
Goodness.
name.
Like,
It's got to be a
Copyright
girl.
that
It
right
can't
now.
be a dude.
Yeah, chocolatey goodness.
Oh, come on.
hilarious.
Equal opportunity chocolate goodness right now.
Right.
What, Keith? What are you thinking? He's in the Capricorn zone. He's like, I'm thinking out of the
I was
box.
about to give you a name. It can't.
What was it? What was it?
It
Judashian?
was something
Young
like
Honey?
Vanilla Killer or something.
Yeah,
Vanilla
I
Killer.
like that.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Don't they already have Vanilla Ice?
Vanilla Killer.
Vanilla
Right.
Killer. No, I don't
It's
like
the
that.
Vanilla Killer.
Vanilla Killer?
Nah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna. But it was close. It
How
was
about
kinda-
little something?
Why little?
Because every rapper's doing it.
Lil.
That's why you should
How about
not
big?
do it.
How about something big? Like I'm like big, you know?
I think you should have one name and it should be a verb.
How about
Vadrenalin.
that sounds dirty. First of all.
Yeah.
Vadrenalin
Keith, can you drop?
On
Can you
the
sing something
mic.
for us real quick?
on
Real
the
quick?
mic, huh?
Sing something for us real
If
quick.
you rhyme,
Okay, just sing something for us real quick.
you gonna rhyme with me?
Yeah. What's
Come
up?
on, Jen. You can do this.
We know it.
Actually, we're working on a little something. It's called Hello. It's a
Go
rap
ahead.
song. It's my new commercial.
Let me hear it.
I can't tell you. Yeah, you know, it's like how Hollywood people might steal ideas. You're a singer. You might steal the concept.
But you can trust me. You know we had this discussion before. You can trust me.
How about a little something? Sing us a little something from your song you just did.
What song? Which
Loving You.
one? Let me see. Let me see the words. What's the first verse? How does it go?
Actually, I'm not your ghostwriter. I'm not sure.
Paradise, paradise, butterflies. Get that crazy feeling when I see your eyes. Makes me wanna hold ya, yeah. Makes me wanna show ya, yeah. Is it mile high, a boat ride? It don't really matter, baby, long as I'm right up in your mojo, yeah. You're down and ready, soldier, yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I have to do this.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
And then I turn my chair,
Yeah.
like I'm on The Voice, and I'm like, that was amazing. I
Thank you.
loved it.
Thank you.
I really did. Like Christina Aguilera, she like starts licking her lips. She's like, because
On The
Christina
Voice.
Aguilera looks like she wants to have sex with every one of her contestants that she puts on her team.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Or
Yeah, no, definitely. If they go on her team, it's like she doesn't go without like the up and down,
Yeah.
and then like the licking the lips, you know?
Yeah.
The smack. Yeah. I think she would choose you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever go on one of those shows, The Voice or something?
Right.
I might have went on one of those shows. I don't know
Okay.
if I mean if they were there when I was first starting off, then
Mm-hmm.
that would definitely be. I'd be trying to get in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe
For
a
sure.
judge, potential. Maybe a potential judge.
yeah, maybe one day they can
Maybe.
give me $20 million for a season. Or
Okay.
something.
Okay, Randy Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Like Adam Levine just gave up basically practically his
he gave
singing.
up what?
Well, you know, Maroon 5, when I first heard them, I was like, this guy's such a sensitive songwriter guy, and da-da-da. And next thing I know, he's the cheesiest guy. He's everywhere, Adam Levine.
I know.
Get that money.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He was
You wanna
like,
go pop.
right.
That's what you want to do. You want to.
But
go
I
pop.
thought he was like this, you know, amazing. The album that when they first came out was amazing, and I thought, God, he's got so much to say, and now he's just, you know, doing the TV thing, and I wish, you know, he would really just do the music. But
Well, I think
Just
most
me.
of those guys, like, that's kind of like a persona. Unfortunately, like, I met John Mayer, like, went on a cruise, like, with him, and his personality is totally different than those soulful lyrics you hear. It's
I
like,
know, and that
Can't even keep it straight. I
That-
think Adam's the same way.
Yeah, no, the John Mayer thing freaks me out because
Yeah.
I know some John Mayer stories,
Yeah.
and oh my goodness, he
Yeah.
is not the
And
singer.
I'm thinking
Tell one.
Adam.
I want to hear one.
He well, that pisses me off. What do you girls think about that? And you know, will you look, the guys that write these really sensitive songs, and the girls are like, oh my God,
I'm really sensitive.
yeah,
I mean,
but you
everything
see,
that I
but
say.
you actually see, but these guys, like, you know, some of them are really just like horny bastards. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as soon as they, you know, a little groovy girl's like, oh my God, you know, I felt like you were speaking to me, and they're like, take your pets off.
Wait,
Take your
so you're not like that, though. You're not like
course
that? No? Soulful.
Next response.
Soulful.
Blake Shelton, man, I love Blake Shelton. I heard he's such a drunk. I want to have drinks with him.
He seems like he'd be a fun drunk.
Adam Levine called out Blake Shelton on Chelsea Lately last night and was like, he is the coolest guy, but he's the biggest mess.
I thought they love each other. Bromance for the win, no?
I don't know. Well, Keith, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
I know
I
you
had a
have to
good
go.
time.
I see your entourage peeping in there. Yeah.
Oh, he's got places to go.
Who'd you roll with?
I can't remember myself maybe, but that's wrong.
That's Rome?
That's Rome, yeah.
What's up, Rome? What's up? All right, Keith. Well, we appreciate you.
Thanks for having Merry Christmas.
Say hello and
Happy
happy
holidays.
Mhm.
I'll tweet y'all over the holidays.
Yeah, tweet us.
Yeah,
Follow
All right.
us. Follow
I will.
me. Follow me.
I
I
do
need
follow
followers. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're talking more about that. I think we should talk more about that John Mayer thing, and then
Oh, yeah.
more about manscaping.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
can't
get
get enough of that, John. Just not enough.
I'm out, yo.
Apparently, African American guys do not grow hair,
We
so we're
don't
taking a
need
break.
They don't even need manscaping.
We don't need it.
We'll be right back.
Paradise, butterflies, get that crazy feeling when I see your eyes. Makes me wanna hold you, yeah. Makes me wanna show you, yeah. Is it mile high, a boat ride? It don't matter where we are as long as I'm right up in your mojo, yeah. You're down and ready, soldier. No matter the place, ooh, no matter the time. I don't need a reason to get next to you. Baby, you're mine, and I'm not ashamed. Ooh, I'll never shy. No. Wherever it is, tell me your fantasy. I wanna try. I wanna be loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, everywhere. As long as I'm loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, I don't care. I wanna be loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, everywhere. As long as I'm loving you, baby, loving you, baby, I don't care. In the park after dark, it don't really matter if they wanna watch. Give a fuck who notice, no, 'cause you're my only focus, yo. No matter where it is, girl, I give it all the same. I got bail money, we get arrested. Anywhere, girl, I'm down with a session. No matter the place, ooh, no matter the time. No matter the time. I don't need a reason to get next to you. Baby, you're mine. Baby, you're mine. Never let it shine. No, I'll never shine. Wherever it is, tell me your fantasy. I wanna try. I wanna be loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, everywhere. As long as I'm loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, I don't care. I wanna be loving you, baby, loving you, baby, loving you, baby, everywhere. As long as I'm loving you, baby, loving you, baby, I don't care. I don't mind loving you. I don't mind where we are loving you. That's my excuse. I'm loving you, yeah. Whoa, loving you. Front seat, we can be in the last row with the cheap seats. Kitchen counter, in the shower, in the bathroom on your lunch hour. Down the coastline, up in the high rise. Anytime you feel it and you need to ride. Yo, I'm down too. Yo, that sound cool. It don't really matter if I'm loving you.
Hi, this is Susie Pruden. And yes, you've seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, and The Today Show. And I'm inviting you to join me every Monday from 3 to 4 for my new show, Mastermind Live. Join us as we introduce you to the new thought leaders of the world who will inspire you, support you, and guide you to your next level. So don't forget to tune into Mastermind Live exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
West Coast Stand Up, it's your boy Omar Ray, a.k.a. Suge Gotti. Forbidden Tuesdays with the Gems, 9 p.m. LA Talk Live. Let's get it.
Hey, are you spending your time or are you wasting your time? Well, kill some time hanging out with Michael Collier, Brooks Jackson, and the whole crew at the Michael Collier Morning Show. I Get Up Late. That's every Tuesday, 3 until 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't know what that is, you better get on the internet and look it up. And while you're there, go to latalklive.com and check me out.
I just want to dedicate this song to love. All the loving energy around me, around us all. To all those who love me, and to all those I love. From the very first time I met you, you took my breath away. And then you looked into my eyes, you didn't have words to say. I never knew how long or if we've ever been apart, because it seems so natural that you had my heart. Oh, it's kind of funny, crazy.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Planet Love Match Radio. I'm your host, Jennifer Tapiero, and we have Ashley Hume joining us in the studio from Hollywood TV on the red carpet, TV appearances. That was really, so far, the show has been hilarious.
It's been
Keith
so much
Robinson,
fun.
what a great sport.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm tweeting and Facebooking to everyone out there. Make sure you're hitting us up on Instagram, hitting us up on Facebook, following us on Twitter. We're at StarCam Radio and at PLM Radio Show. What's your Twitter?
At Hollywood TV and at Ashley Hume, Hume.
Okay, I'm Facebooking right now to everybody to check it out. Okay, so Ash, you always have some crazy dating stories.
Yes.
I want to hear some, like, the latest. What's going on in your dating, like, life right now?
Well, I told you about the one, although it's kind of a story that can be repeated over and over again. I mean,
wait,
I entertained my family. Yeah. What was it?
The creepy story?
Yeah, the one that was recent.
Oh, you
that's
have
an
to tell
example of, like,
tell
recent.
Her, tell them.
These things happen, like, constantly. It's like, do you ever watch Sex in the City? You know how Carrie and her friends would be going out with guys and they'd always have some weird, like, one of them would like to have sex in public. The other one was a kleptomaniac. It's like, I used to think, I'm like, there's no way they could meet so many weird guys. Like, that's not possible. Now I realize that's the most realistic part of the show.
Okay, so you had a date.
There are weird guys out
there. All right, so you had a date. The guy comes to pick Ashley up, and what happens?
So he comes to pick me up, and this is a guy I met at a club, so automatically I'm like, met him at a club, I don't know, party guy, might not be the right one, but I'm like, meh. He asked me out for drinks at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday. I'm like, that's really reasonable. You know, that sounds normal. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. So he picks me up, I get in the car, and haven't even put on my seatbelt before he turns to me and says, so I asked this girl out for drinks tonight. And I'm like, wait, yeah, that was like me,
you, right? Yeah.
He was like, well, but she turned me down. So I'm like, okay, this isn't off to like a good start. He's already told me he's asked someone else out to drinks before me. Then he moves on and he says, the reason she turned me down, because obviously I'm dying to know, is that she's hosting a cocktail party at her house. I'm like, okay. And he's like, so I stopped by there before I came to get you. I'm thinking, it's 8 o'clock on Wednesday. And he's already been to another place, like to another girl. He's like, yeah. And there she introduced me to her daughter that I thought was her friend. She's like 20 years old. Like, all right. So like it was a 40-year-old woman, you know, like or so that you were ditching me before prior, who is now hosting a party that you've already been to, you know, before you've come to get me. So we're about 3 blocks down the street.
Was he drunk?
No, the sad thing is I think he was sober.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right. And then he said, well, it turns out she's on this reality show called Plastic Surgeon's Housewives.
Very.
And he goes, and they were filming for the show at her party, and that's why she didn't tell the guests because no one would want to come and she needed a crowd. And then he asked me, do you want to stop by there? So at this point, I was like, this guy's clearly not going to be the one for me. Like, obviously, he's already, like, ruined every, like, idea of that, you know? Like, I'm like, so I'm already dressed. I might as well just see how crazy the night can get. So I was like, yeah, let's go, you know?
Oh, boy, I'm trying to second guess our friendship right now.
You're bored. It's Wednesday. I mean, come on, Nick. Jen, you can understand this. You're already dressed up. You're inside the car.
Okay, so was the party fun?
So we pull up to the house, and there's like the whole place is like lit up. It's like faux like reality show like mansion house. I'm like, all right. We get out, and the crew is like taking over. They've taken over the whole garage, so it's like there's a real show going. Like people are working, cameras, sound guys. I'm like, whoa. They make me sign a waiver before I go in that like I'm being recorded. I'm like, oh my god. So we walk in, and there are like, it's called Plastic Surgeon Housewives or something, and these women are like, take like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills times 10 plastic surgery wise.
So how bad? What does it look like?
Big fish lips, big Botox eyes, like crazy like facelift, like, and then the big boobs, and they're all
like
wearing corsets. And like stripper kind of outfits, like loose side heels and like fishnets, and I'm just like, wait a minute, and it's just a surreal environment. And suddenly like these little guys I see them, and they're walking around, and they're little people, but they're shirtless, and they are dressed up like red cupids, and they're serving pink champagne, and like
what were they all smoking?
And I'm like, okay, all right, I ruled out crazy people like a while ago. I've dealt with a crazy ex. I was like, I want normal people, normal, going on normal dates with normal guys. I'm like, I try to go on a normal date, drinks, 8 o'clock Wednesday. It sounds normal. I end up in this scenario.
You end up with a Cupid who was 3 foot.
Yeah, like 3 foot tall Cupids, like shirtless, like buff, with angel wings and like super tan.
There's a lot of positives to dating a little person. And think about it. There's a lot. If Ashley was to date a little person, there's a lot of benefits.
Had I ditched my date, because clearly, like the little person at that point was probably the better option than the guy who thought this was a good place to take me.
There's a few things that he could do.
Yeah.
The only thing that probably would suck would he would have to stand up to go down on you. Probably that's like the only thing. That's like the only problem. But
problem for him or for me?
That'd be probably the only challenge.
Yeah.
Besides that, you're in the clear, girl.
Yeah, honestly, had it come to a choice between my current date and the Cupid, I think the Cupid. Better bet.
How tall was he again?
At least he was honest about his way. He seemed charming. And, he knew what he was doing there.
And
I didn't know what I was doing there, so one of us knew. Like, he knew.
You can always bring the little person because you work with camera work. He can become a tripod for your camera for the red carpet.
There's many uses.
So you can set up the camera on his penis.
There was a lot that could have happened. So, it was just one of those instances where I'm like, where am I, what's going on? Like, why is the dating pool so rough? Like, why is it just
I think you're looking in the wrong place, first of all.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought afterwards. Like, afterwards, after, like, the night progressed, and I had some time to self-reflect later on, I was like, maybe I'm just going out with the wrong people. Like, maybe I'm meeting them at the wrong places.
Internet dating, maybe right for you?
I know, that's how I'm like, maybe, and like
that might be the next thing.
Because I keep hearing about, people are like, are you internet dating? I'm like, no, because I keep meeting people and going out with them, but they turn out to be like just as weird as if I met them on the internet, so maybe that might like clear out like some of those.
The freak filter.
Right. Yeah. I think everyone needs a freak filter.
We have one actually on our site.
Okay.
It's called the freak filter. So
really?
We narrow down the freak.
So what triggers like freak? Like what sets that like alarm off? Like
criminal background, no license, no ID, no form of, identification.
Those are good ones. Those are all good. Because it's not like you like meet a guy at a bar and you're like, oh, can I see your ID? I got to make sure you have one.
That's not really a good place to meet a guy, I think.
Right.
Like, that's not really a good spot to meet.
I know. That's the whole thing.
Where are you meeting these guys? At bars or?
Well, that guy was at a club. He was bound.
Okay, that's why.
Okay, I met a guy and I went out with him and I thought he would be good because I met him while voting.
And how old are these guys?
That guy was like early 30s.
Okay.
And then this guy I went out with recently, he was like 23, which for me, a little bit young.
It's the way to go.
But he I met him like while I was like physically voting. Like I was voting, I was in the cubicle.
He wasn't legal enough to vote.
Well, at least he was like he was capable of. He was. He said it was the first election he voted in, so at least he was legal to vote. So I ruled that one out. I'm like, he's above 18, thank God. So there was one thing.
That's actually a great place to meet a guy. You're like, oh, can you vote? Then you're legal. Okay.
My friend said the best place to meet a guy is at the blood bank because you know that you both don't have diseases.
Oh.
It's like it's the right place to meet a guy. But anyway, I met this one while voting, so I was like, well, that's an upstanding citizen, like he's there.
You're
he's
too funny. You crack me up, girl. We have to have callers call in. I want to hear about some horrifying dating stories.
I know, we need this.
need that.
Someone has to have
323.
a worse date than me.
323,
Please, make me feel better that someone has had one.
7443. My mom has had some really good ones.
Really?
A really
Okay,
good.
I'm dying to hear it now.
I remember one time my mom was on a date, right? And then, she dated this one guy, and like that day, I think it was the first date, he showed up with croissants, perfume, a business card, 24 flowers, a card,
Wow.
a box of pastries, big bottle of perfume. Okay, I have a pretty interesting dating story. I actually went on a date with somebody, and after a few dates, they had created me a website.
What? What was the address?
First of all, the website was great. It was very well built. Like, it was
Okay.
very,
Okay.
very, very good.
Yeah.
But that's creepy when they're quoting quotes from you on your bio.
So it was like a shrine to you, like a fan site?
Yeah, basically, like, it was the JenniferTapiero.com page. I was like, this is awesome. I've been wanting this for, like, years. And then after, it was like, creepy.
It's like,
Then he deleted it.
This is
Then he
great.
deleted it.
never.
After I deleted him, he deleted that. So it was like,
He deleted it? Does he still own your
I think so.
address?
Probably.
See, that would bug me. I'd be like, that's my name.
That's
Give
where we
me
get the
my
Persian
address.
Barbie doll, the lawyer, to step in and help out with the lawsuit.
How come all these Persian Barbie dolls are lawyers? It's so
I don't
interesting.
know. Why? Do you have any Persian friends?
Well, actually, it was so funny because there was a big scandal recently involving
what's going on?
Persian Barbie doll,
Okay.
where this girl I know, Nikki Gazian, it was on TMZ and stuff. I'm like, whoa, reading about someone I know on TMZ, interesting. And she had sued because she said she owned the rights to the name Persian Barbie doll because she had been using it for like a while, like on her Models Mayhem page and on her like MySpace. And she also was a lawyer, I guess, so recently got her law degree. But I guess the court ruled in favor because she hadn't submitted a copyright for it. So it's just interesting to me. It's like, how can there be so many like people calling themselves Persian Barbie and the lawyers? You would think one of them would think to copyright it.
How can you sue from just like a word, like Persian Barbie? Like,
I know,
it's
right?
a word. It's not a brand, is it?
Do you have like a brand for
Does she have
yourself?
PersianBarbie.com? I mean, does she own that?
No. See, that's the thing that they haven't like cemented that. What about you, Jen? Do you have like a calling card nickname?
Just chilling with Jen.
Just chilling with Jen. So if someone was like just chilling with Amy, what would you think? Not good.
I punch your lights out.
Vigilante justice. I like it. Let's
I
avoid
actually-
the court system.
actually, we
Forget about the copyright law.
Ash,
Come
let's
on.
keep it real. We know a mutual friend on the red carpet, and she tweeted something about her new web series, hanging with blah blah blah, kicking it with blah blah blah, chilling with blah blah blah.
See, that's a little too close for
I'm
comfort.
calling you out, sweetie pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. No. Like
But
that's.
come on, you know.
Plus, it sounds like there's been a pattern of like a few different occurrences, in the past where, some guests have shown up later on her show too.
Yeah,
so.
what's up with bitches?
I don't know. It's really unfortunate. It's like people should be confident enough to like improvise on their own.
There's enough
create your own
work.
brand.
Yeah, there's enough work in Hollywood for everybody, don't you think?
That's what I think. I think it's just a few people who are like, oh, if that person's interviewing someone, I need to get.
Have you ever done that?
Not
Well, you
that
got that one girl that you're not friends with anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Can we prank her again?
Can we please?
I love pranking her. Can we
I
prank her?
cannot even believe you
Okay, let's
really prank her.
But we gotta block the number for sure.
Because she's got to know it's you at
So
this
she
point.
works at this like high class magazine, and she thinks she's the shit.
She's my former roommate who now pretends she doesn't even know me, like
that's
literally
like Hollywood,
at
okay.
all. when
Really?
we're on
She
the
doesn't even know
carpet.
who you are?
Yeah, we've lived together.
Does she smile at you?
No.
Really? That's even.
No, distinctly smile would be the opposite of
so
what
she
her
hates
face
you.
looks like when she looks at me.
Because if she was Hollywood, she would just say hello and say, "Oh, that bitch is ugly."
And you know what? She doesn't even say. I know, right? She would at least be fake. She doesn't even put in
Right.
that effort.
She just genuinely hates you.
She actually is pretty upfront about it.
She genuinely doesn't like you. That's awesome.
No, she seriously doesn't care, and she doesn't like
That's
me.
mean.
She's like,
I know
don't even-
exactly who you're talking about. So who am I
Yeah.
going to prank her as?
Let's do it.
Oh, because I know her, actually. Because I became friends with her for like a minute.
I feel like everyone has become friends with her for a minute. Like, I
minute-
wonder if she has like any kind of retaining friends like longer than that minute, you know? Like, but
Yeah, I remember when I hung out with her. She was such a nice person. She's like, oh my god. Well, what am I gonna do the accent for? Okay, we're gonna prank her. Oh, when I sat, we had Mexican. We were hanging out. She's like, I think you'd be great, but I think you need to lose your accent. Is this the mesa machine? Okay, we're gonna call her.
she is the expert.
You have any ex-boyfriends we can prank?
None that I really want to even. I know if I prank my one ex, he'll call back about 10 times.
Okay, we're calling.
He'll be pranking us.
What'd I say? I'm your biggest fan. She never answers back phone calls. She never answers black phone calls. What should I leave a message saying?
Biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan. Okay. Davi, right? Davi.
Your call
Okay,
has
we're
been
leaving a message.
forwarded
We're leaving
to
a
an
message.
automated voice messaging system. 7 1 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello? Davi? Hello. I'm a little disturbed you didn't answer your call. My call, I mean. I'm your biggest fan. I'm disappointed to hear you don't answer your biggest fan's calls. What's up with these? You forgot about me and your friendship with me. You forgot about our friendship, Davi. Quick question. I want to crash a red carpet event with you. I saw you recently interview Bradley Pitts or something, and I would love to come to your house so I can see the footage. I'm your biggest fan. Seriously, I've been studying your work since you've been working with Mark and Malcolm since E! Channel. So seriously, I'm your biggest stalker. That's the truth. You have a new stalker. Thank you so much. I hope to talk to you soon. I'll friend you on Facebook, okay? Okay, buddy. I don't even know what I was saying.
Oh, Javi.
I'm your biggest stalker.
I'm your biggest stalker. That makes me want to return the phone call.
I'm your biggest stalker. Do you like the phone number?
Why would you?
She's gonna know it's me.
Wait, you didn't block it?
You didn't block it!
Actually, on the good side, what if she calls in? That would be sort of awesome.
That's not good. She's gonna kill me. Whatever,
Wait,
it's
you
okay.
called?
We called from a different number, but it's okay because there's a million shows here, so you never know
How
who
do
it
they
is.
know? You never know.
I have no idea.
Unless she takes the initiative.
Whatever, she doesn't know me. You don't know me.
You don't know me.
There's nothing like doing a prank phone call with an unblocked phone number. That's the way to do it.
That's like the, what we're going for, balls to the wall, unblocking this number, prank calling. I mean,
I'm pretty sure I pranked every person in this room right now.
Wait, why haven't I gotten my prank phone call?
Oh, you have, Ashley.
I have. Okay. Gotta look through my voicemail, I guess. I missed that message.
And I see another person that I pranked. Actually, I'll tell the quick story. We pranked Jade a while ago. She's like, who's this? She's like this. She's like, who's this? Because my friend does pranks. I don't believe this shit. She's like, I don't have time for this. She's the worst pranker because she's like the mean prank phone call answerer. She's like, ugh, I have to Google you. What's your name? I'll call you back. Do you ever Google dates before you go out with them?
Always. And I realize guys Google you too.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy, and it's a little creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that I met at the voting booth place, okay, we had a little initial misunderstanding because I have this thing where it was voting day. So I was like, I want to dress up in red, white, and blue. So I put on a blue button-down shirt, and the only thing I had red that I could easily find to go with that was a red baseball cap. So I'm just like, and that's not my normal attire. You know me. I'm not exactly sporting
I've never
the cap.
seen you wear that before.
Oh, but I was like, whatever. I'll wear it to the voting place, because it's red and white. So I put it on. And so when I'm at the voting place, I met this guy and he seemed really cute and he was giving me advice. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to vote, I don't need your advice. I already made up my mind, But anyway, he was cute. He got my phone number afterwards.
He was in your ear, Obama.
He's over my shoulder, He's like, oh,
is that even allowed?
He's like, I made a cheat sheet, in case you want it. And I'm just like, I don't need your cheat sheet. I have my own, mental cheat sheet. Anyway, but I was also thinking, that's a good sign, cheat sheet. That means he's kind of a prepared person. So I'm like, all right, maybe he's good. So we go on a date, and I dressed up the way I normally dress up, kind of like Hollywood, kind of like red carpet style. And he's just like, yeah, he's like, I have to confess. He's like, he was from San Francisco. He's like, when I first met you, he's like, I thought you were one of those skater, he's like, you were in the cap and you had the whole grunge look. And I thought you were he's like, that's how girls dressed in San Francisco. So immediately we were off to the wrong. I was like,
oh, he didn't like your outfit.
Well, he's like, well, what you're wearing now is good, but I could tell he preferred. I'm like, oh, you totally misunderstood. I'm like, I was only wearing red, white, and blue, not I'm a skater, we're on different planes here, you don't understand. So, but he said that thankfully he'd looked me up on Twitter beforehand, and he's like, I was shocked because I thought you were this really tough, rough, rebel skater chick. And then he's like, but then I look over your Facebook and it was really a professional and red carpet. And he's like, that was so different than I thought you were going to be. So I was like,
so was it turn off?
So I'm like, he totally Googled me. Oh, I'm just taking the good part out of it. I was like, he looked me up. He obviously was doing all the research. Yeah, maybe it was bad. But I was also thinking to myself, I thought he was older, which is probably a bad thing because I guess he thought I was younger. I thought he was older. I thought he was 30-year-old career man, what I'm looking for. And then he's like, oh, I'm 23. I just got to LA. I just, got this part-time job. I'm like, oh God, no. I'm like, we both deceived each other. I was thinking different, and so are you, but just because someone's wearing a baseball cap doesn't mean that they're
that shows that guys do when girls dress down.
Yeah, I guess they do. But the problem is, if you dress down and it's not who you really are, I mean, I never thought guys take so much away from a first encounter. I'm like, wow, they're really sizing you up. You remember the baseball cap, the shirt, the shoes, everything. I was like, whoa.
So guys notice these things.
Everything, I guess, which really shocked me because I usually thought a guy's just looking at a girl. It's hot, not hot, into her, not into her. No, they're calculating. She might be from the Bay Area. She's wearing a hat, She might be a skater chick, that's my type.
He thought you were Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, that's what he was hoping for. And I'm like, oh no, honey, no, we're on the wrong foot, no.
Oh, Ness, how much longer do we have? We have 5 more minutes. Okay. All right. This is open forum. Now we can talk about just about anything.
All right.
So, what topic? Anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Anything that's been pissing you off? Anything that you want to in the dating world? Any sex stories? Anything funny? anything?
All right, I'm gonna flip it around on you. Okay. I want to hear some of this stuff.
Okay, let's think. I have so many great stories.
What is new in your life?
So much. Let's think. I'm gonna do the voice. Hold on. Let me think really quick. Wait a second. Let me put you on hold. A lot is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Relationship drama.
No drama at all, but a lot is going on. You know
okay.
What I'm saying? Opposite of drama.
Oh, good stuff.
Great stuff.
Hot stuff.
Hot stuff.
Woo!
We've been together 10 months now. So it's almost, we're getting closer to the year mark. So it's
okay.
The clock is ticking. So we're buying the holiday gifts right now.
Okay, so the holiday gifts.
I bought him something really nice. He's probably watching right now, but I bought him something fresh.
Really?
Swagged up.
Okay. What was your inspiration? Did you know what you're going to get? Or you just saw it when you were out? Or what happened?
I think he saw it, and then he was like, oh, I want this. And I'm like,
oh. So it was one of those things he pointed out and you remembered it.
Yeah, and I got him something like it, but not the one that he pointed out.
Okay.
So I got him that, and I'm still trying to get some other ideas. Are you buying any guys anything?
I told you. They might just be the swag closet.
You're like, oh,
I have someone special in my life.
What's a good gift to get a guy now during the holidays?
I feel guys love electronics,
Okay, that's boring.
It's always
Unless you're getting an iPhone or an iPad,
That's
like-
true. I mean, I got my ex-boyfriend an iPad, like in the past. It was always like we had to top each other with gifts, like who's getting who what. And after I got him the iPad, we broke up like 2 weeks later, on-off relationship, and I was like, I can't believe I just got.
Did he break up with you on the iPad? I mean,
no, it wasn't like he received the iPad. Thank you, bye.
he sends you an email from the iPad. He's like, dear Ashley.
Yeah, it's
Things didn't work out, but this iPad did.
It didn't work out. This iPad did, and then on the bottom it says "sent from my iPad." Like, see, that would have been disturbing.
That's messed up. It's sent from Ashley's
Actually,
iPad.
it was actually really annoying. I think I broke up with him, and I was like, because he was driving me crazy. He led to the breakup. But I'm like, I bought this guy an iPad, and now 2 weeks later, I'm so mad that I'm breaking things off with him, and I don't even get the iPad. It's like. You can't
give me my iPad, bitch. That's
so many nice gifts. He always timed it. I felt like it was deliberate because on and off 5-year relationship.
Was this the Persian guy?
Yeah, and somehow he always timed it so that we were around. We were together for his birthday, broken up for mine. It was like mystery. Then it would be like we'd be together for Hanukkah, which he celebrates, but broken up by Christmas. I really think there was something deliberate in there. I'm like, this can't be coincidence.
You should have celebrated a Jewish holiday. That was a sign.
Obviously. Actually, when we lived together, I did. And I was so
That's
mad.
messed up.
Not only, I was
he
like,
should have bought you at least a card.
I was like, we're living together. I'm like, he was living at my place. So I'm like, we're having a joint Christmas thing. So I'm like, I have my Christmas tree, but we're also lighting the menorah. I'm like, and then it was like, I was trying to do all the traditions. So I'm like, all right, you need to be home in time for sunset for the menorah. And then he gets home 3 hours later. I'm like, look, we have to do this the time. I'm there, I'm ready to light the candle. It's time.
Oh, Ash, you're sweet though.
And he wouldn't even show up a friggin' sunset for the menorah lighting.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yep.
I didn't like him.
That's why I think it's like.
I almost pushed him into the pool that one time.
I wish you had.
Because he was pissing Ashley off, so I almost pushed him into the pool.
Yeah, there have been so many times I wish I pushed him
hope
into
you don't
the
drown.
pool or into the wall or off the balcony.
See, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but it's always good to be free of those.
Yeah, well, now
bad
it's a new year.
relationships.
So, all right, before we go, what is one thing you're most excited for to look into the new year?
I'm excited for new career opportunities, hopefully better relationships with guys, with friends, with everything, better understanding myself, better health, everything,
Ashley lost. How much weight did you lose?
15 pounds.
She lost 15 pounds.
P90X
You look great,
people,
Ash.
They know how to do it.
So I think you're going to be finding yourself a new man, Ash.
I hope so.
I think so.
I feel like, you can't go up to bat as many times as I do without finding, someone, I mean, it's I gotta find, the guy's gotta be out there somewhere, right?
Well, I think for the holidays, we should do something like submissions.
Yeah.
You guys out there should submit a profile for Ashley, and maybe we can set you up on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
and
do
Jane,
it.
too, because she's looking for a date as well.
Yes.
Or we can set you up on Planet Love Match. Quick photo.
Planet Love Match.
All right, we're doing a photo real quick in the studio. All right. Well, it was a good show. It was fun hanging out with Keith Robinson.
Oh my God.
Chilling with Ann Marin. Isn't Ann great? She's such a
Anne's
sweetie.
hilarious.
She's hilarious. We love bringing her on. And of course, Ash, you're a blast, of course.
I love coming on with you, John. You're so much fun.
You're so funny.
It's cool to get to hang off the carpet.
I know. Well, I mean, we always end up getting into trouble somewhere. We're in we're not as dressed up, and we end up in the black, and we're in the everyone's in black tie. We're in the Heidi Klum gala. We're
they're in the floor length gowns, and we're
I'm in the
we can
romper.
make this work, right?
But we always act like we belong.
Yeah, like the Disney thing the other night.
Yeah.
It's just come on, people. We're just trying to get a few chicken fingers, in
Security was
reception.
media, it's that way. The door's that way. And Ashley and I are
the door's that way, but the food is that way. We're here. We did our part. Now we want to reap the benefits of being, here.
Oh, well, Ashley, I appreciate you coming by. You've been a blast.
Anytime.
All right, tell us where we can follow you and find you, and of course Facebook.
Find me on Twitter at Ashley Hume, Hume, and also at Hollywood TV. You can follow our exploits there.
Yes.
Facebook at AE Hume. I will be around.
Definitely. Ashley just interviewed Mel Gibson. Great job, by the way. That was a great interview.
But then
He
now
was really
everyone
drunk.
thinks he's drunk. Yeah.
He was.
why didn't I notice that? You know, like, I mean, I guess I thought
You're probably
he was,
drunk too.
that explains it. That's why we had such a good interview. We're on the same like mental plane. No wonder Jodie Foster was looking at me like, what?
Oh my God. Well, you guys can also follow us on Twitter. It's at StarCam Radio. And we're also on YouTube, StarCam Celebrities. We have a lot of great videos up right now. We have a recent interview that I did with Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
that was
such a
awesome.
hottie.
That was such a great interview. We have Robert De Niro who was
Jealous.
on the red carpet. So it was a really good interview. We need to get more viewers. So make sure you're checking
Do
it
it.
out. And of course, add me on Facebook, Jennifer Tapiero. But if you have a scary picture, unfortunately, I probably won't add you.
Why do people think scary pictures are good at all? This guy is like, friend I actually know, a friend's brother. He's like, has a picture of like a really muscular baby, like as his, you know, and he's just like, don't be afraid of the baby, like add me. Like he writes, you know, a message, and I'm like, well, if you think you're gonna afraid, and I had denied him like a few months ago because I saw the scary like baby picture.
Oh.
So I'm like, why don't I remove the scary
Well,
baby
at least you know that
picture?
he likes kids.
See, that isn't the message I took away from that, you know, like I'm just like, this guy's a psycho, he's a weirdo. Like, no, I didn't think he likes kids.
I love
No.
it. Well, if you're scared of the weirdos, make sure you guys check out Planet Love Match. We have freak filters on there, so we narrow down the freaks.
Yeah.
And check out StarCam.com. We also have a great blog, blog.starcam.com, and of course, blog.planetlovematch. And I'll see you guys on Monday at 1 o'clock, just chilling with Jen, where I'm chilling with the stars. We're talking hot topics, we're talking beauty, and we're also giving fall makeovers live here in the studio. So it's going to be a great show. We appreciate everybody out there, and a big shout out to my sponsors over at Lashfully on Rodeo Drive. Thank you for the beautiful lashes. Also got to give a shout out to Bollywood Brow Bar. Bollywood Brow Bar. And also want to give a shout out to the Jim Wayne Hair Salon in Beverly Hills. They do great haircuts, by the way. Let's go check them out, Debbie and Alina. They do such great jobs. So, and that's all. That's all for tonight. We'll see you guys next time. I'm your host, Jennifer Tapiero, and thanks to my guest, Ashley Hume.
Thank you, Jen.
Keith Robinson,
having me
and also
on.
Ann Marin. Everybody, you
Great.
guys are great. Next up, we have Rona Bennett's show. It's called Perspectives Corner. So if you guys want to chill, you guys have about 45 minutes until her show starts. So I guess we're going to have girl talk, but we're not going to have cameras on. Is that okay?
It's all right.
All right. I have a lot of things to talk to you
I
about.
think we have things to talk about.
All right. See you guys. We appreciate you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Much love. XOXO. Bye, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Driving
Driving down the freeway at night, windows roll down and I feel on top of the world. City lights flash with excitement and energy's what I feel. On top of this Sunset Boulevard shows us how to be a star.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Cause I'm feeling myself, my day begins when your day ends. My sun got craters in it, I feel it. I'm on top of this world like no one in it. City so nice, gotta say it twice. I'm on top of this world like no one in it. On Hollywood, BLVD, my feet on stars. Cameras flashing, my fashion so high I'm flying. City skyscraper, no else I'm dying, so I'm driving.
Driving.
Driving down the freeway at night, windows roll down and I feel on top of the world. City lights flash with excitement. Energy's what I feel.
Go and pass that over to me.
On top of this Sunset Boulevard shows us how
You know
to
the
be
way
a
it's
star,
going.
but I feel
We may end up in
on top
another
of the
state,
world.
baby.
Let's grab some drinks and
Hey, baby, I just told you I want to take you there, baby. You want to go there? I'm with you, baby. We gon' cruise for a little bit. Shut up.
You ever dreamed of what you want, but you really never had it? And woke up like I wish I would've had it. Damn, until you ran into me. I do it with some carrots, I can feed that rabbit. Look, I can take you overseas, take you on shop sprees and give you what you need. Now back to the breeze. Malibu, baby, that's a hell of a breeze. Yeah, with the windows rolled up, top let down, like look at me now. Shit, I'm like, look at you now. A high class chick with a high profile. Shit, we gon' run this now. Me and you, baby, we gon' run this now. Yeah, this our town. Me and you, baby, we gon' run this now.
I told you we get there. We here now. I told you just uno mas and you wanted it, we gave it. Take it with you now. Show 'em. You got it.
Driving down the freeway at night, windows roll down and I feel on top of the world. City lights flash with excitement, energy's what I feel. On top of this Sunset Boulevard shows us how to be a star, but I feel on top of the world. Girl, let's grab some drinks and get to the club. We both feel on top, 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 on top.